Ajusta tu Corona was a dream of mine since I was very young. I didn't bring it to fruition until I was much older. And basically what it is we all have a story to tell. And a lot of people were not aware of my story, of their stories, and they were a little bit shocked to find out what our humble beginnings were and how we became so successful. So never underestimate the power of your story. It is inspirational, it is motivational, it can save someone's life. My message to all the women out there and to everyone out there who may be facing adversity, never forget how amazing you are. Never forget how exceptional you are. Ajusta tu corona and keep it moving.
Buenas noches, beautiful people. Abrazos and kisses and hugs. Welcome to Conversations with Ajusta tu Corona. I'm very excited because I have some really good friends coming on, and I'm sure you guys are going to be super excited to see them and to see us all together. And I think I got lipstick on my teeth. And I can't wait any longer. So I'm just going to bring them on because I'm so excited. Who's that? Who's that?
Hi.
Hello.
Hola.
I'm sure everyone knows who these people are. Francia, I have missed you. Margarita, I just had you on last week, but we always love having you on. So, what can I say to you ladies tonight and gentlemen? My sincerest apologies because we do have some faithful men followers, especially Minotaurus Rex. He is never not in the house. So, where can we start?
Are you ready? Are you ready for love?
Empowerment.
For a connection like never before.
Are you ready for tenacity?
Achievements.
And courage. Fran must be nervous because she just made our little verse backwards.
Achievement.
Tenacity and courage.
There you go.
Hello, Milagros. Hello, Richard. It's wonderful to have you guys faithfully every week. I am forever grateful to all of you who take the time out of your day and your week to come and join us to listen to the various topics that we have. I'm usually not a political show. I am, however, a little concerned because right before I came onto the show, I just finished reading about another shooting this afternoon at a funeral. And we just had the Oklahoma shooting yesterday. We had the Uvalde kids. We had Buffalo, New York. So I am a little concerned. And I know they say gun law to control guns, but I honestly have to say that I am a little disturbed and uncomfortable at not owning a weapon at this time. I feel like I really need to get one to protect myself at this point and in this craziness that is going on. What will the gun laws do for us?
We definitely don't need an AR. That's for starters.
I agree.
Yeah, lots of training, lots of communication, and lots of collaborating with everyone on the mutual ground.
We have our one of our viewers that says mental health. So I do not know. I would be speaking out of line if I did. What the requirements are to be able to purchase a weapon.
they vary from state to state.
So
That's one. So we need, again, simultaneously come together, but it's very hard in this country.
Mm-hmm. When I purchased mine, they did, I purchased it and then I had to go back a couple days later to pick it up after they did the background check.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm registered with the state of Florida as a gun owner.
Now, because you have the experience of purchasing one, was there any kind of a mental health exam given? Any psychiatric test? Anything?
I believe that if there were something wrong in my background, they would have found out when they did the background check because it took a couple days and it does vary from state to state. And Florida is a good state to be in if you want to be a gun owner. But I think that as for me, that's my protection in my home. And per a detective that came by for some other stuff, and then I pulled him aside and I asked, where can I carry my gun? Because I don't have a carry permit. He said, anywhere on my property. If anybody enters my property threatening me, then, and I can carry it in my car as long as it is in the glove box or in a lock box with the magazine out of it. So I can carry it with me. It's not on my body if I go places. So again, state to state varies. But I think if they do the gun control, then what'll happen to us? It'll be like a purge with no protection.
Our viewer says, my belief is an armed society is a kind society.
I'm with you, Richard. People see the news and the atrocities that happen by individuals who choose poorly, and then they want to put a ban on everybody. And it's just like with the word, going a little sidetrack with abortion. They look at it as such a wrong thing that it takes it out of proportion. And I think the guns do some mental testings on people, do something, but do not disarm every single American because of what a chosen few have done.
We have a message from Maria in Peru. Hola, chicas. She's loving the gray hair look.
Thank you.
I don't have it. Sorry. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that only because it literally like popped up on my news feed just as I was coming into the conversation. And it is a little alarming that they're happening so much back to back. I know it has to do with how fast the news gets to us nowadays, that we hear about it so much quicker, like in the blink of an eye, people recording. But what we are here to talk about today is love. We are here to talk about empowerment, self-care. We are here to talk about all of the possibilities that we all have in this world. They are never ending. It is an amazing, amazing time to be alive and be involved in things. So Ajusta tu Corona is proud to announce that we will be holding our 5th annual gala on October 22nd, 2022 in the town of Winter Park, which I believe is part of Orlando. And it will be located at the Azalea Lodge at the Mead Botanical Garden. Our link to this event will be going live on the Ajusta tu Corona webpage, ajustatucorona.com, on June 15th. We have decided that the fundraiser that we will be raising funds for is going to be Help Now of Osceola. And I have to tell you why. I was looking, we have been in Connecticut the past 4 years. We have been asked many times to come to Florida. So we finally decided that we were going to be present in Florida. And we were looking for, we are personally in the process of establishing our nonprofit. Um, but if you have ever opened one, you know that the process is very tedious and can last months. So we picked we picked a charity that was near and dear to our heart, to our hearts. Help Now of Osceola helps women of domestic violence. I happened to be looking up information from them online, and the little chat box popped up asking if I wanted to speak to someone live. So I said sure, but I was in the volunteer section. So I thought they were going to speak to me about volunteering. And the first thing out of their mouth was, "Are you safe?" So I wrote, "Oh, yes, I am safe. I am just looking for information regarding volunteering and fundraising." She said, "Oh, call the office." So I called the office and they answered the phone and they said, "Are you safe?" So I said, "Absolutely, I am safe. I am looking for information regarding volunteering and fundraising." So I got my information. I'm very pleased with their records, very pleased to see how many people they help. As I stated, this is a fundraiser. A portion of the proceeds are going to go to Help Now of Osceola to continue to help women of adversity. And that is what we all are all about. And he says that beast doesn't sound safe. And I don't know what beast he is referring to. But very excited. Um, Francia, tell them a little bit about what they may be expecting at the event.
Oh my gosh. My apologies. My dog is here. The dog. Oh my gosh. I mean, 4 years. If you ever been to our events, you know that we have lots of surprises, and we love to empower and just give ourselves 100% to our attendees. So, with that being said, I mean, we're going to have the panelists, we're going to have entertainment, we're going to have a beautiful, it's considered a brunch, yes? Or are we doing lunch?
It is a brunch.
It's a brunch.
It is a day gala.
Yes. So we'll be having a brunch, and of course, we're going to have activities, the fundraising for this amazing cause. And we just would love for everyone to be there and experience exactly what we love to give to you.
Tell them what the theme is.
The theme is Kintsugi, a masterpiece. So for those that do not know what kintsugi is the broken china or broken ceramic pieces in Japan, and they glue it back together with this golden glue, and at the end it's just this beautiful piece that people will either use again, or they just put it on a shelf because it looks just so beautiful. So we believe that that's who we are. We are these people that come from different backgrounds, different adversities, and different traumas, and we put ourselves back together so beautifully that we become this masterpiece. So we want you to come see how you can become a masterpiece, how you can put yourself back together, see how we've put ourselves back together and how we can help you put yourself back together, or show others that you have as well.
Ajusta tu Corona is a themed event that we hold every year that allows women to show up, dress up, look their best, have a great time with other like minded women. We have entrepreneurs, we have small businesses attending. And this year's theme is breakfast, English tea breakfast. So we're going to be dressing in our beautiful flowery dresses and our fascinators on the side of our head, like if we were having an English tea breakfast. It is a brunch. It will be from 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. There's so much that we wanted to share. We have out there an advertisement currently that is saying save the date, save the date, save the date. So people were saying, okay, we've saved the date. Now what? So we decided to come onto the show tonight and give you this information ahead of time. Like I said, the web page is going live with the link on June 22nd. I'm sorry, June 15th, and the event is October 22nd. And we're so excited because we've been in touch with a couple of shelters, and we have asked um, if any of the women who are victims and feel comfortable would be willing to come to the event. So we are asking our guests out there, any small business listening, we are asking if you cannot make the event because it is in Florida and you are in another part of the United States, if you would take it and find it in your heart to donate a ticket for one of these women that will be attending the event. Because after all, it is all about them. And we need to show them that the tragedies that they have been through is not where life ends. Once they decide to take the step to remove themselves from that life, then we're there to help them, guide them, show them how beautiful life is afterwards. Margarita, I don't know if you can speak.
Yeah, I can. And that's beautiful. And to piggyback on what you were saying, mi gente, this event is going to be fantabulous. First of all, it's going to be in a beautiful botanical garden. Second of all, we are going to be there. Third, we're going to pour from our cups that are overflowing with love, with empowerment, with achievement, tenacity, and courage, all to infuse it all. And all the women who, when you choose to get up, dress up, and show up, the battle is about one. Because when you do that up front, then everything else is easy peasy. So I would just like to invite everyone who's listening and tell a friend to tell a friend, because when you choose to show up in your authentic self and dress up in all your glam and sit with other women of like minds and learn from all the different goals and aspirations that we are aiming for, it only fills your cup into an overflowing position. So this is why Ajusta Tu Corona makes these events happen, because it is so exciting. I can't wait to wear my little hat on the side of my head. And I
You're a
think
fascinator.
once we sit and we enjoy that breakfast brunch and we have that tea and we have that mimosa and we listen to the speakers and we watch everybody smile, dance from one table to the next, you're going to know you found a home. You found a home, and that's what Ajusta Tu Corona does. It invites you to feel at home and to show up for yourself in every chapter that you choose to write.
um, I have to say that it the feeling it's inexplainable. The feeling that you get of having a group of women together showing their raw emotions, participating in this event is like no other. Like we literally feel like we are walking on clouds and a heart full of love for like a month after the event. So when she says, come fill your cup, she's not joking. You are filling your heart and soul. And your cup is overflowing of these unbelievable feelings. And if you can see it in my face, everyone knows I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't have a poker face. So when I speak, I'm speaking to you from the heart. That tells you that this event is not making us rich. We are doing this event out of the goodness of our hearts, because the feeling and the power that these women feel after the event, and they're like, I didn't know that I needed it until I was here, is inexplainable. The tickets will be priced at $125 this year. And for that, you are getting an amazing brunch at an amazing event with vendors, photographers, videographers. We have a panelist of amazing women who are going to speak to us and tell their stories. We have performances by singers, poets, and possibly a musician. We have secret, what is it called? Someone help me. The secret, is it a secret raffle? It's not the secret
Oh,
raffle.
silent auction.
Huh? My silent auction is not even secret. It's a silent auction.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about secret. Silent auction, yes.
We have a
Prices.
silent auction. Oh, it's just going to be an amazing event. And this year I have been blessed to network with other women. Our nonprofit has an amazing board that is giving their all to make this event as successful as possible. We have media representation. We have, our network has grown so much that people are offering their services to us. So we want to make sure that it becomes a sold out event, so that when we hand the check to help now of Osceola, to help these women and these children, I'm probably going to cry, because I feel that is my purpose, is to help as many as I can.
Well, yeah, we're spreading kindness and gratitude. It's a very emotional event, because we've been there. We've been on the other side from where we are right now. And I think that to be a blessing and bless people who will then pay it forward, that's appreciating humanity. So when you are out there to assist humanity and put a smile on them, then what better position can you find yourself in? So like I said earlier, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and come have a girlfriend's brunch with us on October 22nd.
Absolutely. And as Margarita said this morning on her show, we're the bullseye, and we're 3 levels out. So we know 600 people at least who know 600 people who know 600 people. So that's like 720,000 people. So thank you for listening to us and having the patience to listen to us about our event. It just excites me and gives me butterflies in my tummy. And now we're here to listen to what the girls have been up to. So, Francia, tell everybody what you have been up to and catch everybody up.
Just working, obviously, building my own business, working on my broker's license, loving Florida, and now it's officially summer vacation. So just getting ready for another semester in the fall. And yes, just again, super excited for Ajusta tu Corona, super excited for the nonprofit. Lillian is so focused, and I'm so proud and so admirable to see it just come to life. And yes, definitely becoming the best version of myself.
What is your
Showing
business?
up.
What is your business, Francia?
Fur Marketing LLC.
And what does Fur Marketing do?
So I help entrepreneurs, small businesses, just get a presence on social media, work on their branding, work on their website, logos. Yes, I definitely help those that are focused on their excellence, help them get results in the business side of marketing.
Now, am I mistaken, or did you recently add a piece of equipment to your business?
No, you're not mistaken. I added the 360 photo booth, which is the hottest video booth for entertainment right now for any events. So yes, in the Florida area, Brevard, Central Florida area, and we also have one in Connecticut that's being managed by my sister up there. So yes, 360 video booth for all your events. It's super fun. It's super entertains your guest, and it's the hottest thing out right now. Thank you, Lillian.
So that product is going to be shown at our event as well. So that's another thing that you can look forward to. We have Milagros says a toast to us. Thank you, Milagros.
Thank you,
Michelle
Milagros.
is on. Hello, Michelle.
Love you,
And
Michelle.
George Dio. Hola, Margarita and lovely ladies.
Hi.
Francia. So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, or so that you could send them a flyer, a brochure, and give them pricing, how would they contact you?
They can obviously go right onto the website. So it's furmarketing.com, and you can look for the tab events, or you can just type furmarketing.com/events, and it would bring you right to the page. So right now I'm having a promotion for $4.99 for 2 hours. And I pretty much give you all the goodies that comes with it. So definitely go on my page to check it out and take advantage of the promotion.
Now, you said that you were working on your broker license. What is the time frame around that?
It's the course, the hours I have to take, about 72 hours. So I signed up for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. So it can go anywhere from 2 weeks to a busy summer, around my busy summer. So I'll definitely keep you posted, and I will be brokerage with my current broker now, until I launch my own brokerage.
Exciting, exciting, exciting. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep growing, keep growing. There's only one way, up, 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 up. So, Margarita, would you please tell our audience what you have been up to?
Hola, mi gente. Of course, because I love speaking about me. What haven't I been up to? I have been a little bit here and there que me ha vuelto un ocho. Okay, so what is it that I do? I'm a spiritual coach. And with my coaching, which I gotta say, it's been going well. I even was contacted today by one of the girls that I met in Spain, who we talked while we were there, and through WhatsApp, she wants me to coach her. How fantabulous is that?
That's awesome.
So let's try to do one by one, and I won't make it drag. Hola, mi gente, yo soy Margarita de Margarita, which means I belong to me. in spiritual coaching. When I get back, I spoke with Francia about this because then we're going to, when I get back home to Florida, then we're going to do a marketing thing on it, which is going to be a sip and painting in my home. You're going to be sipping out of a taza de café because I'm all about coffee, right? But this sip and paint girlfriends gathering that I'm creating is a coaching on the power of color. It all goes, it ties into my journal that should be arriving to me, the proof in 3 days. And it's my journal slash my journey. And the title is Understand Her, which is understanding the woman within. And that also has a tidbit of what is your favorite color? Why do you choose that color? What does that color signify for your spirit? So that all ties into that. And I'm very excited about that because that is going to be one of the donations I do for Ajusta tu Corona, if you allow it, Lillian. Coffee roaster. I am a coffee roaster. How does that sound? That sounds marvelous, darling, right? And my coffee roasting, I roast several. I ran a special in May for marketing. And those who purchased the special in May knew that the end of the first to the end of the second week of June is when your coffee will arrive to you. So be patient. I'm getting so good on time management. I surprised myself. So that is coming. I'm also expanding Naturally Orgasmic Cafe Company, and by the end of the month, it will be added the Keurig cups.
Oh, wow.
That's coming, and those will be sold in a box of 18 Keurigs, and they're larger than the ones you buy in the store. So that's that. Also, I'm going to make this announcement because it needs to feel more real. It was supposed to happen in June, but it's being pushed back, which is my mobile coffee cart, Abuelitas Café con Leche, will be coming soon. Finagling some stuff ever since the car accident, but that will be happening before the end of summer. And that would be announcement because I will be having a grand opening with the mayor cutting the thing. She doesn't know it yet, the mayor of Tampa, but she will. And then I would love for you girls to be present. With that being done, also painting my purses and selling them for those who own my beauty pieces. And I have Viva Café con Leche, as you know, with the co-host, and then I have Moments con Margarita. What is Moments con Margarita? It's a vibrant tool shop. Like, come into my vibrant tool shop because that is what I offer. I offer conversations and everything, things that will touch your soul to things that will tickle your tummy, because we need them both. Maybe not in balance, but sometimes we just need to laugh, right? About the silliest things. And sometimes we need to get to the core of issues that happen. And Her Badass Story 2 is coming out. That'll be my 5th publication. And my 6th and 7th publicated books I am working on simultaneously, writing them, and they will be published simultaneously because that's just how I roll. So that should be coming in the fall. I'm not trying to rush that shit right now, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm loving life. I've been a caregiver for 10 years. You ladies know. It took a lot out of me afterwards because after the 10-year, which was my mom, I did feel lost, but I had to be strong. But I went through a seasonal sadness, and then I went and did the Camino Santiago. And I think that we all need to take a reprieve like that for ourselves, because it just needs to help put things into perspective. So we are here. We are here, us 3 ladies who have gone and go. That's why when people talk about chaos, I always say the magic of chaos, because without that chaos, we wouldn't know what we need to straighten out in our lives.
Yes. You need.
Wow! Everybody knows why Ajusta, conversations with Ajusta to Corona became Lillian's because everyone is spread thin. So trust me, we all speak constantly about our growth, about what's going on in our businesses. So now let me tell you a little bit about the relaunch of Ajusta tu Corona, which is taking place on June 15th. We have been approached by a couple of life coaches who want to work with us. They want to be a part of the of raising funds for the cause. So we will have two life coaches and the programs that they are offering on the website beginning on June 15th. For all of you that know, in the last year, I put a pause on my creation of jewelry, Exceptional Me Jewelry. Exceptional Me Jewelry was created for a reminder of how exceptional we are. So it goes hand in hand with Ajusta tu Corona, because I never want women to forget how valuable they are, how loved they are, and how exceptional they are. So I created the jewelry, Exceptional Me Jewelry. It will now be sold under Ajusta tu Corona. There will be two versions. There will be a fashion one, and there will be healing jewelry. I have become an author this year, and I will also be going to print shortly along with Margarita. So we have been very, very busy. Our growth, I speak for myself, and I believe the girls. I still have a full-time job. So the things that I do is not to support myself, but to continue to grow myself. And as I stated before, I do things because I want to help. I feel that this is the purpose that God gave me in life. And it thrills me when I can bring people in for these courses um, to these women. I am also on June 15th going to have listed my first woman owned business. So every month, I will spotlight a woman owned business and her product on the website. So it keeps you coming back to see what the latest is and find out the latest news of what is going on with Ajusta tu Corona. And if you would like to volunteer, how you can help. Um, we'll start to give you updates on the nonprofit, where it's growing. So the webpage will become your news spot to find out everything that is going on with us, with our board of directors, with um, the cause, which is to help women of adversity. And Mr. Richard gave a scared face. And Milagro is saying, Bravo, Lillian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate it. But really, the accolades are not for me. They're for all these women that are doing the right thing and trying to keep them and their kids safe and just wanting better for themselves.
Excuse me. So sorry.
And
I think,
trust
well,
me,
you know what? She gave you a compliment.
I'm
Except
sorry. They are not alone. They have us. Like, there is hundreds of us willing to help you. You just have to take the first step. Oh, Richard is saying he's surprised face about that you being an author. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to surprise you, but I let
well,
the cat out of the bag.
and yeah, and that's and you said you have a full time. Can I speak?
Oh, of course.
I think we're all very busy in what we do, and I think at the tender age of 53, I have finally decided to practice time management. It's not fun. I always knew it wasn't fun. That's why I never did it before. But it's productive, right? So you have a full time, and then you have all these other things to do. Francia as well has a couple jobs. I society might label me unemployed, but I have a full time job of being centered with myself, so that the healing process never gets halted or sidetracked. And then in those moments of creativity is when I'm like that panther on top of it. And I think the important part of all of us is we do and we do be. And sometimes in order to do, we must be. We have to be present in order to do everything we have to do. So, bravo, Lillian. Yes, Milagros. Bravo, Lillian. It's a compliment. Francia, bravo, with that beautiful machine you have, and all the stuff you're doing. Because as women, the compliments are just amazing. And Milagros, I've noticed, is always complimenting. Milagro, tú eres un amor puro. And let's just remember to say thank you. And that's why I said I love talking about myself, because you know what? I don't thank myself enough. So I thank you, ladies, because since the beginning of Ajusta tu Corona, we set out to help the women from all walks of life. And the rewards from giving that kindness and showing that much gratitude has enriched us to the point that we are and have become who we are today. Like, it gave us that extra, you can do it too. We've already succeeded, but then now it's like, what else can I do?
Absolutely.
Anything? Right? Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Oh, so gracias.
Absolutely. I in what, and to piggyback off of what Margarita said, it's absolutely true. So I have made a list of all the things that I have done in the past 2 months, because sometimes I work, and because I don't see the end result, I think that I haven't done enough, or I think that I haven't done anything. I'm like, but I still haven't accomplished it. Yeah, but if you go back and you make a list whenever you want to start a project, or even in your everyday life, and you make a list of what you did today, and you make a list of what you did tomorrow, and on Wednesday you make a list, and Thursday and Friday, and you make a list of everything that you did, stop and pat yourself on the back, because you will not believe how much you have accomplished. And we don't stop to recognize how much we have done, and to be proud of ourselves, and to say, wow, I did that. We don't take the time to do that. And you really, really need to stop, because otherwise you will never find fulfillment, and otherwise you will never think that you've done enough.
Absolutely. That was beautiful. In my journal,
Beautifully said.
at the end pages, I have, I think, 3 months worth, and they're broken up in 7 days. And each one has a amapola, and it says the 7 days of knowing. And it has 7 pages after that for you to every day write down what you did, how you felt while you were doing it. Then at the end of the week, you review your week. And I added that in because we do need, Lillian, that was profound. And that is that's like breathing for us to acknowledge and celebrate every little thing that we do, whether it's it's a completion of what we started out to do. We started it, we began it. Doesn't matter if it's halfway in the middle, at the end. The thing is, we nos lanzamos y nos empezamos. And I think that, because what you just did was you just gave me that little woo. We're on the right page. We're on the same page, because it's a reminder. What have I done this week? Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't do nothing. And you're going to go back that week and you're going to say, well, no.
I did that and that and that. Mm-hmm.
So that is, thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. It's all about balance and finding that time to acknowledge what you're doing, what you're becoming, what you need to do next. Get to know yourself.
Yeah, and
Don't tell. Hmm.
a lot of people will look at me and say, "Oh my God, how does she balance all those jobs? Oh my God, how does she do this?" But you know what? I do it, and I don't kill myself. Why? Because when you love what you're doing, it doesn't seem like a job. It's just like breathing. So I am guilty of um taking a Saturday off and binge watching Netflix. I'm guilty of it. I love it. And sometimes when I feel that I'm exhausted, like mentally exhausted, I'll go do a puzzle on
Stop.
the iPad for like 3 hours. So it isn't only about, and everyone knows I love to travel. So when I work hard, I play hard. And I do not kill myself working or trying to keep up with the Joneses. What I do, I love to do, and it doesn't seem like a job. Manage your time and be organized is the key, is what Milagro says. Yeah. And like I said, I'm human. I get tired. I will do my puzzle on an iPad. I will go for a walk. I'll binge watch Netflix just like
It's
everyone else.
self-care. That all falls under the umbrella of self-care. So where we once were breaking night, not sleeping until we finished the jewelry batch, until I finished the paintings, until you know Francia finished studying this thing. That wasn't self-love. That wasn't self-care. That was pushing ourselves beyond the limit towards the dark tunnel. It wasn't pushing ourselves to climb the success ladder, because the success ladder is climbed when we have self-love, by taking care of ourselves, staying healthy and sharp enough to complete all the goals that we set out to do. So you sharing that is just reminding us all that, okay, that wasn't so bad then, that I took a half a day last week to watch the whole season of something. No, it is called self-care. And when you self-care, that's when you know you self-love. So that was beautiful.
Yes, you set realistic, what's realistic for you.
Mhm.
Um, Balance, time management, and projects and goals, commitments that are right for you. And like I said, something might take me 2 weeks, and something might take me the whole summer. But that's my accomplishment. That's what I'm going to celebrate every day, patting myself on the back. Oh, I got this out of the way. I studied this. I did that. But I will always squeeze in time for me, my mental health, my emotional health, my peace.
Absolutely. I I was the Wonder Woman. I can do it all. Because I was the CEO of my life. But in reality, we cannot do things alone. We need assistance, we need friends, we need volunteers, we need whoever offers you help, you take it, because that is also self-care.
Yes. Knowing when to give up a load to someone else.
Yeah. To
Absolutely.
delegate. Delegation is self-care. When you can say, can you do that? Or I need you to do that. Or I'm not doing this. I'm just
Hmm.
not doing it.
Yeah. Saying no.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Hmm. So as all of us have grown, we have learned, we have matured, and we have learned to understand, which is the most important of all. And not only understand each other, but to understand ourselves.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, um, what's the word that I'm looking for, Francia?
And
Self development.
hmm.
It takes a lot of self development. Reading, speaking, life coaches. And I 150% believe and life coaches. There are business coaches, there are life coaches, there are health and wellness coaches. There is a life coach for everything in this life. And one of the things that I learned was I can't fix everything myself because sometimes we don't see our own faults. So we go to a life coach that helps us to recognize where we are in life, what we can do. Sometimes they have to go back and dig deep, 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 deep. And it's something that happened when you were a toddler, when you were an infant, or it was something that happened while you were still in your mother's womb and something that she went through. And sometimes you can't figure these things out on your own.
Yeah.
So I definitely hoorah all the life coaches. Um, I
Because
definitely hoorah reading, self development. Go ahead, Margarita.
well, what you were saying about needing that, one thing we got to remind ourselves that I learned about 2 years ago, and I was still fighting it, is it's okay to be vulnerable. Vulnerability doesn't mean you're weak. It means the courage is coming forth to say, I can't do this. Can you help me with this? I need your help. I surrender. This is not something I want to continue to do, whatever the case may be, but to be vulnerable. That vulnerability will open up the doors for you to see clearly what is your route, where's your path leading to your passion, taking you towards your legacy. So, and if anybody listening, I think it's, what is it, Brene Brown with the
Yes.
vulnerability piece. And I think that if you listen to it more than once, it took me a couple times after that, because I was raised on survival and lived it throughout up until my 50s. So, and then to flip it into vulnerability, I was, and it is the best thing you can possibly do to yourself. It is part, an integral part of that self care, cultivating that self love. So, as hard as it is for us, being the women who came from our background, building what we built, and then becoming a bit vulnerable, it is scary for us. But we have, and that is why we are growing in the direction of the sun. So read up on it. But you're right, self-care books and all of that. Oh my God, this is like you're alerting me to things I needed to be reminded.
Moi.
Yes, yes. You, as you were speaking, it was
You see how the world goes around in a circle? Because it was always Margarita that spiritually guided me and taught me so much of what I know today.
aw,
And I continued. Margarita, since the day I met her, was a big reader. She has stacks and stacks and stacks of book throughout her house. Now, if you look behind me and see my top shelf, that's just a portion of the books that I have now. Because reading brings you into a different world and will allow you to see things that you cannot see.
mhm. All
So, the
imagination.
self development that she says I remind her of now started with her.
Um,
Definitely.
Mm.
Thank you for listening to me, so that you can then
Every
see
now
what
and
you
then,
had.
every now and then I do. I would like to take this time to thank everyone that has joined us this evening. It is always a pleasure to have you commenting, questioning, being a part of our conversations with Ajusta Tu Corona. I'm super excited this evening because my friends are on. We started this show together, we grew together, and there is no beef between us. For those of you who think that we were not We love each other dearly. We will continue to do Ajusta tu Corona. Like I said, we are heading into the nonprofit field with a wonderful board of directors who will be on the show shortly. From my end, never forget how much you are loved. Never forget how amazing you are. Never forget how exceptional you are. Ajusta tu corona and keep it moving.
Yes. Margarita.
And remember, mi gente, to always allow your soul to dance and your spirit to sing. It's your song.
Yes. Be intentional. Every step you take, be specific of what you want and go get it.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. See you
Buenas
next week.
noches.
Finish. Good night.